Hi all, Mr. Midwife here. So, you think you want to become a certified nurse midwife? Let's talk about that. First of all, let's talk about what is a certified nurse midwife. Well, a certified nurse midwife is an advanced practice nurse that takes care of the sexual and reproductive health of women and girls from menarche, when you start your period, through menopause, when you stop your period, and a little bit on either side of those. The best and probably easiest example. Hi all, Mr. Midwife here. So you think you want to be a certified nurse midwife. How do you do it? Well, first of all, let's talk about what a certified nurse midwife is. A certified nurse midwife is an advanced practice registered nurse that takes care of the sexual and reproductive health of both women and girls from menarche, when you start your period, through menopause, when you stop your period, and a little bit on either side of those. We also attend normal and uncomplicated childbirth and deliveries. The easiest example or the easiest definition I can come up with of what a certified nurse midwife is we are women's health nurse practitioners that can deliver babies. That's probably the easiest definition. So, if you're still on board, keep listening. So, the first thing you need to do is get a job in healthcare. Start off as a nursing assistant. Do anything in healthcare. Make sure that you can actually handle the healthcare environment because it can get dicey. The environment, there's blood, there's bodily fluids, there's nasty stuff that we have to do, there's yucky things. So just make sure that you can do that. After you've worked in the healthcare environment for a little while and you find out that you do like it and that you can handle the yucky stuff, go to nursing school, become a registered nurse. Most midwifery schools are going to require that you have a bachelor's degree in nursing or the equivalent first. Some schools will take you as an associate's degree nurse, and somewhere they work in the bachelor's part and get you to the master's degree at the end. As a certified nurse midwife, I have a master's degree in nursing with a specialization or emphasis on midwifery. So it is a master's degree thing. So you've gone to school, you become a registered nurse, you may even have your bachelor's degree or you're working on it. Get a job in women's health, be that labor and delivery, postpartum, somewhere else in obstetrics, women's health, high risk, anything that lets you know what the environment's really going to be like. Dealing with women, especially younger women, is different than dealing with the geriatric population. As a midwife, we're totally different than a family nurse practitioner. We do totally different jobs, totally different things, and it's not the same. So make sure that you can deal with this particular patient population. Again, we deal with women and girls from menarche through menopause with an emphasis on pregnancy. And if that's not your jam, that's not your jam, and that's okay. Just know that this is what we do. Okay, so let's go into that a little bit. As I started my nursing career, got into it a couple of years, I started training new grad nurses. And some new nurses would get in and I'd start training them. We get a couple of days into it, a couple of weeks into it, and I didn't know it was going to be this much blood. I didn't think it was going to be this yucky. This isn't really what I thought it was going to be, which is why I say go and make sure that this is what you want to do first. Some nurses think that all we do is play with little babies. That's not really what we do. It's not all fun and games. It's scary sometimes. It can be bloody sometimes. There's some really ugly moments. But all in all, it's a great, great profession and I love it. Okay, so it's not glamorous. We don't play with babies. We don't really do children or men. Again, it's strictly women and girls. So once you've decided that this is what you love, this is where you want to be, you have a bachelor's degree in nursing or the equivalent, you are a registered nurse, you decide, I actually do like this and I do want to become a certified nurse midwife. So your next step is locate a midwife school near you. There's a lot of family nurse practitioner schools, but not very many midwife schools. There's a handful, but not very many. Find one that you like, look at their program, see if it's going to fit. The particular program I went to, I absolutely loved it. They were very accommodating, very they had the attitude that we're going to drag you through this if it kills us, and they did everything they could to help you graduate and to support you and to be there for you. You could call them just about any time, day or night, call your instructor and get some help or guidance. They'd almost always answer the phone. Never a problem. I loved my program. So you've applied, you've been accepted, and now you start school, you start classes. As a labor and delivery nurse, I thought I knew labor and delivery. I thought I knew most everything there was, and I knew a lot. I did. I didn't know everything. There's parts to labor and delivery I did not know. There's parts to, the biggest thing I didn't know was the gynecology part, ultrasound, menopause, plain old women's health. We learn about thyroids and weight loss and just infections and general pathologies and skin and everything else. So there's a lot to it. Again, we're women's health nurse practitioners that can deliver babies. That's the best definition that I can come up with for you. So you get through school and you finally graduated. School, you have X number of hours of in class, and then we had our school, we had about 700 hours of clinical hours, and there were check boxes we had to things that we had to do. We had to have so many well woman exams, so many postpartum visits, so many newborn exams, so many obstetrical visits, we had to have X number of deliveries, so on and so forth. We had a whole checklist of things that we needed to do in those 700 hours. Most people, it takes about 6 months. At least in my program, took most of us about 6 months to get through just the clinical part. So I was in school about 3 years. I thought I knew a lot, and I did, but there's lots of stuff I didn't know, lots and lots of stuff I didn't know that I had to learn. Shoot, there's still stuff I don't know, still stuff I have to learn. Still stuff I have to look up every day. So now you've graduated. You've been through the whole process. You've done your 700 hours. You've checked all the boxes. You've got your diploma. Then you take all that to the ACMB, the American Certification Board for Midwifery, and they give you permission to take a test. You sit down for a board exam. That board exam is grueling. It's very difficult. It's not easy. And at the end of I think you have 5 hours to take it. You have a good long time. You sit down and you take that board exam, and your guts are in a knot the whole time. And as soon as you have answered enough questions correctly, boom, the screen goes blank. When that happens, you exit the testing center, and right as you walk out, they hand you a piece of paper that says either you passed or you didn't. You take that piece of paper. If you've passed, you take that piece of paper, submit it to your nursing board or the Board of Health or whoever licenses midwives in your state, and they issue you an endorsement on your nursing license. Now you are a certified nurse midwife. From there, you get an NPI number and a DEA number, and you can go to work. You can start practicing. Midwifery, as I said, is a master's degree. It takes a board exam and licensure. There are parts of midwifery that are grueling. Sometimes the hours aren't good. You're up at 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when babies like to be born, right? There's blood. There's panicky moments. 95% sheer boredom. Everything's going fine. You don't need to do anything except sit and wait. 5% sheer panic. All of a sudden, Mother Nature takes a bite right in your hind end, and things are ugly. So know that. It's not all playing with babies. It's not all fun and games. There are some really serious moments that happen. But let me assure you, and let me tell you, most of us, especially me, I can't speak for everyone, but especially me, I love being a midwife. I absolutely love it. Best job in the world. Wouldn't want to do anything else. Not for me. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Ask me a question. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. Bye.